Hello YouTubers. Today we're going to look at how to check a simple fuse with a simple test light. But first of all, what is a fuse? Fuse is just a circuit breaker if there is a short circuit instead of your something major burning out in the car. So you have fuses. They come in three different sizes. So you have maxi fuses. The physical size of it is different. And then you have, I just call these regular fuses, and then you have mini fuses. More and more cars are coming out with this type right now. And another thing is they come in different amperages. So you can see there's a 40 amp, 15 amp, and a 20 amp. Basically, if you end up burning a 20 amp fuse, make sure you replace with a 20 amp fuse. So now let's see basically how the fuse will work. So we have a fuse in here. It's just a wire with a fuse. So in reality what you would have is you would have a switch. When you turn the switch on, the current will flow through the wire. It will come into the fuse. It will come up. So we're going to go to the bigger one. It comes up to the fuse on one side, and then it goes through this loopity-doop, which is a filament. So it travels through that filament and it comes out and it goes to your light switch, it goes to the horn, whatever it might be. So the fuse doesn't generate its own power. It has to get power from somewhere, goes through that filament, goes out. If there's a short circuit, if it's drawing any more than 40 amps, what happens is the filament breaks off. So I have a couple of fuses here where the filament is broken. I hope you can see that. It's going to be pretty hard to see that in the video. You can see that that's broken. So in this case, the power would come in, but it won't go out. Okay? And when we're using the test light, what we're doing is we are checking the fuse. We're touching the test light here, we're touching the test light here. And if the fuse is good, we should have light on, we should have light on. So let's go to the car and do this. So generally the cars have 2 or 3 places where they have fuse boxes. So generally there'll be one outside, couple inside the vehicle. So it's pretty hard to show you inside the vehicle. So we're going to deal with this fuse box, and the fuse box would have a cover on it, and there are tabs. In this case you have tabs here. So these tabs, you push those tabs back and you can take the fuse box or the cover off. First you want to make sure your light is working. Sometimes we diagnose for 15-20 minutes and we find out the bulb in the light is broken. So this side, the alligator clip, goes to the minus or the black or the negative side of the battery. So make sure it's negative. So put that here, attach that, touch this, make sure the light is working. And if you're getting light, that means our light is working. So we have to have this on the negative or the ground side of the battery. The battery is pretty far. I can't reach the battery and the fuse box at the same time, but you can attach this anywhere where there's metal on the vehicle with no paint. So don't be going places like these. So there's a good spot right here. So if I put this here, we should be good to go. And the alligator clip doesn't go here because this is your positive side. So don't be putting the alligator clip, which is this, don't be putting that here. When I say metal, just don't look at random metal that is inside the fuse box. I'm talking about something that is grounded to the vehicle. Like you go here, you could go places anywhere where you have bare metal. Here, you can go any of those spots. Okay, so when we start checking the fuses, so we're going to touch either side of the fuse. No light on, no light on. That doesn't mean that the fuse is gone. That just simply means it's not getting the power. I haven't turned the ignition on. I haven't turned the lights on. So we keep going. That is just a spare fuse. So we touch here, light is on, touch there, light is on, which means that fuse is good. We move on. So that's good. There we go. So we have one fuse that one side light is on, one side light is off. That fuse is burned. Okay. Again, if you're checking depending on the circuit you're checking, to be on the safe side, I just turn the ignition on and I turn the lights on. If I'm checking the lights, you have to turn all those things on. So ignition on means you turn the key until you see all the dash lights on. So once you have all those lights on, that means our ignition is on. I'm going to turn the headlights on too, just because I'm going to check the headlight fuses. Okay, so we got the headlights on, we got the ignition on. Let's go back under the hood. Let's check the fuses again. So see, these fuses, even if they didn't have the power before, now they have the power. So we're checking. We haven't found any. There is one right here that's burned. We know that this was burned. We checked that before. So you keep checking the fuses. So no power on either side does not mean the fuse is blown. Okay, so we know that this fuse is burned right there, and which one was it? This one. So we know this fuse and this fuse, they're burned. So now we have to check which circuit are they controlling. So if we look at this and we hold it just the way everything is in there, so we got relays, we have our fuses. So we have this fuse, which represents headlight, right headlight. This fuse represents the hazard. Okay, so we know that our hazard fuse is burned and our left light fuse is burned. Sometimes they give you, not sometimes, I guess most of the cars they have, they give you these plastic clips that you can pull the fuses with. So if you're replacing the fuse, just pull that out, get a new fuse, put that back in. Okay, put the new fuse in, not the burned fuse. I know I'm putting the burned fuse, okay, but I'm just using this video for teaching purpose. Once again, thank you, and we'll find another video to post.